Hello everyone, myself Sandeep, and today safety training topic will be on workplace ergonomics. The topic will be over on ergonomics, biomechanics and injury prevention introduction. Now, what is ergonomics? It's defined as fitting the workplace to the employee needs. Now, ergonomics aims to reduce the discomfort, increase the efficiency, increase the productivity. Next, it's all about finding the proper position for you and adjusting the workplace to you. Now, biomechanics in the workplace is basically the study of the body movement, including how muscles and bones, tendons, and ligaments work together to produce movement. Now, good postures can generally decrease strain on the lower back. Frequent bending, twisting, lifting, pulling, and pushing are all risk factors for the back injuries. Back injuries are the most common injuries in the workplace. Now, neutral posture or neutral position is one of the fundamental things that we need to look at in trying to make sure we are putting the less stress on our back as possible. So, we want to make sure our chest is up, our head is up, and our back is straight. This puts less strain on our back. We want to avoid awkward postures like bending forward, extending back, twisting or lateral bending. This puts more stress and strain on our back. We want to try to make sure we stay in a neutral postures as much as possible. Now, for every body part you have a neutral posture. So for your shoulder, it's right down by your side and it puts less strain and stress on your shoulder. Now, once you get into moving your arm up or moving it back or out of the side, that considered as awkward posture and it puts more stress and strain on your shoulder. Now, this is the good sitting posture. Make sure your back is straight, everything is at 90 degrees and it puts less stress and strain on your back and on your hips. Now, examples of bad posture is like slouching forward. It puts more pressure throughout your neck and puts more stress strain on those straps. So we want to practice good posture for both sitting and standing to avoid injury as much as possible. Now you want to try to stay in the power zone. The power zone for lifting is close to the body, your mid thighs, mid chest, just like strike zone and baseball. This is where you are the strongest body position when you are lifting or moving an object. Here we want to try to stay in the green zone and stay out of the red zone because it puts more pressure and strain in the red zone on your shoulders, on your back, every part of your body. So make sure you try to stay in the power zone when walking. Now there are common workplace injuries like your back, your shoulders and your feet. Here we will look at the back anatomy first. The spine is made up of 32 bones called vertebrae. You have 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, and 5 lumbar pelvic bones. Now, in between each backbone, there is a disc or cushion that provides shock absorption to the spinal cord. Now, let's look at some low back injuries. Back muscle strains are very common, also having a herniated or slipped discs. So once you have that jelly come out of the disc, that considered as herniated disc. So we are going to try to protect these discs as much as possible. So once you have that jelly come out of the disc, that considered as herniated disc. So we are going to try to protect these discs as much as possible. Now you want to avoid poor postures. You don't want to work too far, too low from your load. You want to make sure you have your back supported if you are sitting. You don't want to be reaching up or looking up too high. It puts more strain, stress on the neck and also your shoulders. If you are lifting something up, so make sure we try to avoid these poor postures. Now you also want to make sure that you are avoiding poor postures at home as well as because it does spill over into the workplace too. Lifting do's and don'ts. You have to make sure that You are lifting heavy object as a team. You don't want to lift heavy loads alone. This puts more stress and strain on your back, on your neck, and on your legs. So make sure you are using a team lift. When you lift something, turn your legs. When you lift something, use your legs. When you lift something, use your equipment. Don't lift bulk load alone. Don't twist when lifting. Don't use your back for lifting. Don't lift heavy loads. So you cannot put unnecessary stress on your body. Now let's look at the shoulder common injuries or rotator cuff injuries. You can avoid rotator cuff injuries by avoiding repetitive works and awkward postures. You want to make sure you are using proper shoulder blade mechanics. You want to try and stay in the neutral posture or that in the power zone. Now, early symptoms of soft tissue injuries are pain in your body is telling you something. So make sure you are listening to your body. You have limited range of motion, popping or snapping feelings, swelling, brushing, muscle weaknesses, muscle cramping. These are all early symptoms that we need to recognize and be able to get help when these things happen before it gets worse. Now, repetitive motion is a big reason. The people develop shoulder injuries by they are doing repetitive works. Avoid awkward position with this overhead motion. So we want to make sure we are not doing anything like this and avoiding awkward positions while working. Now looking at the foot injury prevention. Now the common foot injuries are plantar fasciitis. That is pain on the bottom or heel of your foot. You may feel it when you wake up in the morning on the bottom of your leg. The pain can goes away once you get moving around. This can easily taken care by simply calf stretching exercise, which is showing on the image. Now you want to make sure that you have proper footwear and it should be in good shape. Make sure you are wearing proper shoe for the surface and it should be have good arch support because if you don't have that, it can lead to the plantar fasciitis. Now the most important thing is your frequent daily stretching or pre-shifts warm-up exercises. It will increase your flexibility, it will going to warm up the body, increase the blood flow and increase your heart rate. It will going to help you on loosen the body and prepare you for the work. Here you want to emphasize stretching throughout the day. Now this is the 1 minute power break. This you can do at your workstation and it is recommended to perform every 40 to 60 minutes. It is going to help you on reduce tension and fatigue. Now these are the dynamic warm-ups. Neck rotations, trunk rotations, lung with fist, shoulder circles, active knee raise, dynamic chest or back, half squat, calf raise. In continuation to dynamic warm-ups, shoulder circles, upper body warm-up, arm across chest, prayer stretch, flexor, tender sliding. These all are helpful for the flexibility in body. Now these are the most effective yoga pose that you can do at your desk or office. It will help you on the flexibility in the body. Now do follow the 20-20-20 rule. For every 20 minutes spent looking at a computer screen, you should spend 20 seconds looking at something else that 20 feet away. This gives your eyes muscles a break and help reduce eye strain. Here we have to know about the proper sleeping postures. Specifically, sleeping on the side or back is considered more beneficial than the sleeping on the stomach. In either of these sleeping positions, it's easier to keep your spine supported and balanced, which relieves pressure on the spinal tissue and enables your muscles to relax and recover. Please remember, work smart, be safe. Thank you for your attention for attending our workplace ergonomics safety training.